Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and today I'm going to be opening our first gem dragon egg in Gems of War. So, of course, this was a new mechanic added in version 6.5, where for 500 dragonite you can end up getting one of the 6 new dragons, technically 7, once we get everything to be able to craft the other one. However, first we have to deal with the RNG that are these eggs. Luckily, the very first one will guarantee give us one that we do not own because we do not currently own any. However, every subsequent one is completely random on which one it gives, so you could end up getting repeats. However, as far as how these dragons work, they end up doing quite a few things. They're one of the new mechanics for the giant gem. Of course, we got this as the season this week. However, there are a lot of troops that will end up having it, including these dragons. As far as how these gems work is that they end up counting for whatever the color is, so in this case purple, while basically acting like a Doom Skull, where they end up giving 5 for the color and then exploding everything around them. They also have extra turn chance into their color, full AoE damage as you expect from any dragon, bunch of skull reduction, a storm into their self, and a bunch of magic gain when taking color of their self. So overall, they definitely have a lot of potential, particularly with some of the better mana accumulators in the game, as they are going to be getting most, if not all, of their mana back every single time they end up casting after you get a board clear for mana accumulation. So they do have a bit of potential as long as the enemy doesn't go take those gems from you, which would be very, very bad. But anyways, let's go and get the last of our dragonite, as we are a little bit short, but of course, every single day, you can go to dungeons and keep getting your 60 dragonite. Slowly but surely, we shall get everything this way. However, we shall do that, and this shall now bring us to enough dragonite to finally get our first egg. So if we go over to troops now, and we go down to wherever on Earth it is now positioned, right over there, we can now craft our very first one. And it also costs 500 souls, which is basically 0. However, the dragonite, of course, being the main thing kind of keeping you from getting it. However, let's go and see what we have. So let's go. Do we want to craft one of them? We do. Okay, so we got the yellow one and the achievement, as I think you guys can see right over there in the corner. If the overlay's on, yeah, you can. Okay, so we got this one. All these are boss troops, which is a little bit bad in the sense that they will take 5 times extra damage to the boss slayers. However, yellow one's kind of interesting. The only problem with this is what good mana accumulator are we going to do with this? So I have no clue what we're building these because we are going to build some teams right now. However, we literally just got it and had no clue which one we'd get. So we kind of just have to go from there. Also, why on earth did I do unowned and that? We just need upgradable. So let's go and max this thing. I assume it has the cost of a standard mythic to enough a degree where, you know what, let's just go use some orbs on it. So let's go use a nice big green. Let's go use a nice big, actually I'll trade the first one and then do the other two. Let's see, we'll go and upgrade you, get your very first trait, small orange you twice, and we'll be good to go. So, yellow one. The only problem with yellow is exactly how we're going to go for mana accumulation. There's a couple different ways that we could end up doing this. What's your other colors again? Oh, we could do Chalcedony. The only problem with that is that would work way better with the brown one than it would with the yellow. However, the coloration that's there. I'm almost thinking Leprechaun. Let's see. We could always just go for... I'm trying to think, because a lot of like the really good ones that you'd want to use are the Mass Destroyers. The problem with this is, if I'm not mistaken, yellow does not have a Mass Destroyer. But anyways, let's go see what we could do. So, Topaz. So, there are some mythics that can end up going and doing infinite yellow loop. So we do have that. So let's see where our base stats are right now. We have also the 50% mana star for dragons is yellow, by the way, which is kind of funny. It's such a useless troop, though, so you're realistically not going to be using it with these things. It deals damage to all enemies boosted by yellow gems and converts 5 yellow gems to yellow giant gems, and of course the extra turn chance there. So we definitely want something that can end up destroying, as well as getting us a bunch of yellow usage. So let's go start first with... Should we go in power? I'm trying to think. I almost want to go down the leprechaun route, where we kind of go a single leprechaun, go for like one of the really, Quetzalma is the first thing that comes to mind. I cannot remember how on earth you spell it though. Quetzalma. Yeah, that one. Coloration's a little bit awkward though. At this rate, it's almost going to be pure green. But it ends up dealing a bunch of scatter damage boosted by a chosen gem color. Then creates a bunch of yellow and removes all gems of the chosen color. I'm almost considering like an alchemist kind of thing with this. Oh, we have a double redundant yellow storm. That was the only problem with this. Though we do gain magic to all allies every single time we do the other cast. So we do have that going for us. Could go for an exploder here. I kind of want a different mana accumulator other than Quetzalma. I feel like it's going to be too high of a mana cost. So let's see. What else could we end up going for here? Could go another AoE. Still almost tempted to keep the leprechaun. As far as a weapon for support, I'm not sure in this particular situation we necessarily want one. Something that can create a lot of yellow. I'm almost considering rope dart too, because if we're gonna have a lot of excess yellow, that will actually give us an extra turn potential. It will also allow us to focus on anything that might be super annoying, like let's say they have a Zugoff or something similar. So I'm tempted to get that rope dart. We can end up utilizing its score reduction as well and using that in first slot. And then we're just gonna need one good mana accumulator. Could just go something really basic. Let's go Alchemist. Let's go something pretty standard. Or old meta standard. However, this will work. We actually have a triple color combo here, oddly enough. And then we end up changing the class to something that will go a little bit quicker. Not too much of a mana loop here, but it should be good enough to get something rolling. So Priest is the only thing that will end up giving us a little bit of yellow if we so want to go down it. So we could kind of go like a triple divine one with it if we so want to for one of these later ones. Well, let's just see what this can end up doing. Oddly enough, this is actually a kind of low rarity one other than Rope Dart there. But that could be replaced for a mana accumulating option. But then again, maybe not, because we do want to make sure we have enough damage. Depending on the dragon as our only damage source, pretty bad idea just because of Submerge existing. I'm really not sure what hero class I necessarily want for this. We obviously want something that has a half mana start. Monk would also be good. However, I would want to prioritize the half mana start if we so could. But we are going to be doing a lot of extra turn spamming, getting a lot of our mana accumulation right back up. As far as the excess yellow, I am considering just Titan or something then. If nothing else, Titan does have 20% this week, so even more of a reason to use Titan, at least at this current moment in time. Just for, it also gives Brownstorm, which will help us out a decent amount. So Alchemist already has a red link into himself, so we don't need to give him a +1, which means we can give that +1 instead to our blue. So we definitely want to go blue-yellow here, double yellow to blue. As far as any of these that will actually work out for that. Is this the only one? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, maybe I need to go double yellow, because I actually don't want to minus my red. I need to make sure Alchemist is a +1. So it does make that a little bit awkward, as it is kind of the banner we need. What color are we not using, or are we using everything? Because if we're using everything, I might just go double yellow then. Unfortunately, we might not be able to get that +1 for blue. But we could always use a hero class that ends up applying it, but we'll be fine without it. Hey, Tribute's ready. Anyways, let's go and test with the first team, see what it does. So let's go find a real team. Okay, so here's the Zugoff I kind of wanted it for, so that actually works out pretty nice. Also, let's go rename this team to, I don't know, first test? Let's call it, what is this thing? Topaz? Topasarth? I'm just going to call it Topaz. Topaz, I'll do the full name, I guess. How do you spell that? Topasarth. I'll call it, we'll just call it first. For now, anyways. Is that the correct spelling? It is. Oh, wait, I forgot. How on earth did I miss the other A? I meant to type it, it just didn't go. There it goes. Alright, let's see what this thing can do. So, let's start from here. And see if we can think of any kind of yellow manic. Why can I not think of any good yellows right now? Out of all the colors we could have gotten, I do feel like yellow is among one of the weaker ones. But it could just be because we're not thinking of a specific option at the moment. But for now, should still be good. As long as he doesn't go too crazy, we're actually in a pretty good position. Because the reason we have the rope dart is to do something like that. We then end up killing off the AoE. You know what? I actually want to go for the Doomskull here. Not to kill him, because it already would have been killed, but to make sure he didn't Doomskull into one of these yellows. So this is going to convert 5 of the yellows into the big yellows. And what I didn't want to have happen there is I didn't want him to take the Doomskull and then trigger that gem. Because that would have been really bad. So now we can just convert all this, definitely get all of our mana back. Rope Dart, whatever the next biggest threat is, and kind of just repeat the cycle. And just keep doing that over and over again as we need. And Rope Dart will just keep getting its mana up. Unfortunately, that one is stealthy. We can just throw an AoE here, just make sure there's no extra turns left on the board. Throw our AoE, we get those gems back, we clear out the board. And, oh, did he just have Submerge? It's kind of funny. Yeah, Submerge, of course, going to be quite a bit of an issue with most of these dragons. As, unless you, like, specifically have Dispel on your team or something similar, they are going to be able to go and counter out your damage there. So, might need a Dispeller in some situations. But there we go. Okay, let's go take a peek at all the yellows again and see what we can end up doing. So, we could also just type in the word yellow and see where that ends up getting us. So first things first, let's go get ourselves the dragon back into this team. And then go clear out the other 3. Okay, so let's go to just... Actually, I don't know. What should we search next? Let's search for just the term yellow. And see if we could find anything that can end up assisting us with a lot of mana accumulation. You know what I almost want to do? A humility build. Humility would be really, really funny. Because then you gain extra magic from that. Hold up. Let's try humility. It's worth a shot. So we're going to go humility. So, This ends up creating a mix of yellow and a chosen color. It gives a bunch of points to random skill. So we could end up hitting magic here, which is one of the main things we want. Also, whenever he ends up taking damage, he ends up giving a bunch of additional stats as well, particularly magic, which is the main thing that we're looking for there as he takes a bunch of damage. We could go silence to even boost that further if we really want to, which is funny. For the most part, I don't think we're going to need it. However, it does work with a kind of yellow spam team. Let me double check empowers on yellows. I'm not sure empowers would normally work that well in these situations. However, first thing that comes to mind is mercy as far as empower yellows are concerned. Wherever mercy is, where you are, or far there you are. So we could end up going down the mercy route, kind of put one of them there and then go one other damage source, probably hero. Hero Dawnbringer could be okay, but then we're kind of doing a double AoE at that point. Though I think we could get away with Dawnbringer because we really don't care if we block Mercy for the most part after the first cast. The only big issue with that though is what are we doing to keep breaking them? So we might need something. What are yellow creating weapons that aren't the mixed weapons? Oh, Flask. That would be funny with one of these. Oh gosh. With the red or blue dragon? We could technically try. It just, we need a way to use excess yellow. And it's not going to be doing it necessarily. Okay, so Divine Protector is going to be fun for it. We would have to have a pure Divine team, though. Or, you know, as pure Divine team as in everything but the Dragon, obviously. Since the Dragon cannot end up being it. I'm still kind of tempted to put Dawnbringer here. As much as I kind of want something that will end up creating yellow. I do have the Explode one as well. Which is worth considering. Oh yeah, Sky Hero. For every yellow gem destroyed ends up creating... Oh, but you create red though, never mind. You do the inverse of what we need. I was gonna say, if that creates a bunch of yellow and feeds back into itself, I forgot it doesn't do that necessarily. Let's see. I'm still kind of leaning on Dawnbringer, to be honest. I feel like we need more damage. We really don't care too much if we block Mercy. Though, you know what? I still kind of want to block her if we can. So right here, we're definitely going to obviously go double yellow. Almost every single one of these teams, if not all three of them, will end up having yellow. Also, we are doing 3 of them. So we'll go double yellow here. Let's see. We're not using purple, so might as well just see what we have under that. So +2 yellow, +1 red, +2 yellow, +1 brown. Though I think I'm going to go priest class here. Just for that even more bit of yellow. Class that's not normally run, but it does have a few things going for it. It has cleanse onto itself, random stats effect at start. If we didn't already have a light storm, we'd have light storm. I guess we can go for some fairy fire here or some more magic. Well, I don't know. If we're not expecting to die, might as well do it that way. A little bit extra link, which is the main thing we're going for, and some life to some divines there. Overall, not a super over-the-top hero class, but it has +2 yellow overall. One on its trait, one on the other thing. So that's not too bad. And that'll give us even more yellow, which is one of the main gimmicks we're trying to go for here. Also, Humility. I haven't actually tried this yet. However, he might be able to go and mimic the giant gems. I've actually never tried messing with that yet. And if that does indeed work, that's actually going to be pretty strong. But we'll have to wait and see. So right here, we're probably going to want to go for yellow-blue since we aren't blocking her. So try going for that, get that little bit of mana. So if we have a Cascade here, I feel like we should, though I do not see one. I'm not seeing one, so we'll go for that, get a bunch of mana. We have Mercy back up. One other thing we can actually go for is yellow-purple to try to regain our alignment if we do have Mercy back up. So at this point, we will definitely go for that. Unfortunately, a bit of a miss, but we should hopefully have follow-up here, which we do not. It's not an extra turn. We get a lot of mana accumulation from it, but that's not an extra turn specifically. That is, though, from Sky. Once again, we are not in a position where we can extra turn, so I might just have to take this yellow manually and just hope we get a better turn next turn. A little bit short on mana there. I guess I will go for a yellow-purple again. The only problem with that is, well, it has our highest chance of extra turning, so we kind of have to go for that. So we'll go for that. And let's see what he ends up doing here. Just goes for a little bit of a poke. We'll then go for... Oh, so I just realized the team we're up against. What on earth is that team? Okay, so can we actually get our thing rolling? He's not actually going to do anything, so yeah. So we'll do this. Get a bunch of damage. Oh, we got a magic buff at some point. Wait, what on earth did you do magic? Wow, okay, so let's go see. Can you mimic them? No! You can't hit the big yellow... Oh, wait, but if it was a different color one... Hold up, so could one of the other ones, like a blue one, target the big gem? You might be able to. Ooh. Because the only reason it's not is because it won't let us target any yellow gem. But if it's the other one, it might let us. Anyways, unfortunately, that makes our turn pretty bad there because we couldn't do what we wanted to there. We'll just go for a Mercy, though, get over a mana just topped off, as pretty much will always happen when we do one of those casts, and might as well let the dragon kill since it's the dragon that's being shown here. Which meant Dawnbringer did literally nothing except sit there, so it could just been a Rope Dart or something else at that point. Anyways, let's go try another one. Also, why do we keep finding some of the weirdest teams? Let me go try finding a real team. Here we go. Here's a real team. But do we want to fight a team that real? Gosh, has like Empower Throw. You know what? I like this team. No, we'll go for this one. We need a realer team for it. Okay, so let's go try team number 3 here. And figure out what that's even going to be. So first things first, let's go get Topaz back in here. But overall, Topaz, I do feel like it's definitely not going to be one of the better 6. There are some of them, like the purple one, that are going to be insane, the kind of combinations you can end up getting out from it. And we will be covering a video on each one of these. However, as well as probably a recap one all the way at the end once we have like all of them. Just to kind of do like one team for each as far as like the best one we could possibly figure out. Because a lot of these, when we do initial videos for them, and some of them we'll probably do on stream. But when we do, it's definitely going to be like first impression, just kind of messing around, team building, seeing what we can do just right off the bat. So right here, let's go see what we could do for a third team. I'm not sure why I'm just going a complete blank on things that can spam a lot of yellow. I'm very tempted to put one to Destroyers in there. Honestly, even without, I think I still kind of want to put one. Like just a random Thrall, even though it's not the same color. Like just a Thrall for the sake of existing. Because realistically, he's getting all his mana back. He's a 6 mana cost with a link into himself. He'll be fine. So if we did go down this route, and just went super into the mana accumulation, so you can cycle right back, what else would we want to have to make him work then? Because at this point, we just cast him, get all of his mana back, cast him, get all of his mana back. That would basically be the premise at this point. So what we mostly want is as much mana accumulation as we could really get. So we could actually do Thrall Angry Mob. But no, I think we'll do the Leprechaun Gumba. Leprechaun will be full blocked here, but it's mostly for getting rolling. And then we just run Hero to hold down the line. I'm kind of tempted to do a Doom up in here. If we were to convert something... I wouldn't necessarily want to convert. Is there any weapon that creates only yellow? Like literally just yellow. And no other color? Probably. I forget what it is off the top of my head. There really should be. Well, these are like dual color ones. Or if it is the single color, it's not going to be doing it enough dependent on the team. Well, technically that's yellow and skulls. I'm so tempted to put Flask. You know what? We're going to do Flask. I was seeing Flask, and the more I see it, the more I want to use it. So let's just do it. So this is Thrall, Topasarth, the Flask, and then a Leprechaun. Did we actually give this one a name? I did not. So what are we going to call this one? I guess, I don't know, is it really Divine? I guess it's Stats because of Humility. So we're going to call it like Stats. It also says Cleanse, which is nice. I feel like this one could be replaced out for quite a few other options, but Dawnbringer's still okay. And now I'm looking at it, as long as you don't have like Submerge, you probably actually could get away with using the dragon as your only damage source. The only problem with that is, you know, if it dies, you're kind of out of luck. So, gosh, how do you unearth these spells, guy's name again? Topasarth, call it Stats. It's almost Divine, but not quite. And this one will be Mana, for sure. That is 100% for sure. Alright, let's see what this can do. So this pretty much uses every single, like, standard thing you would kind of expect for a bunch of mana accumulation. And using Topasarth as our only damage source here. I'm very tempted to go double purple, however... Oh no, do we really have to go yellow? Because realistically, he's actually getting his mana back every single time. Meaning, as weird as this may seem, a blue-red, just to kind of get Flask rolling a little bit better, might actually be the way to go. Because we're casting Leprechaun immediately anyways. Go no minuses whatsoever. I guess we could minus green, if we really wanted to. Or we're not really gaining a plus on that much of a benefit anywheres. As far as hero class, I don't think I want a half mana star. Oddly enough, Monk would actually kind of work pretty good here. Because all the extra turn spam that we're already going to be doing. So that's kind of tempting. Has a lot of cleanse as well, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I'm very tempted on a Monk here. It doesn't have half mana star or anything. But overall, still pretty good. I almost want to use this as a frontline tank, oddly enough, as it can be used for that. We have extra blue mana on it right now. Oddly enough, I almost want to go green, just because of our banner choice right now. Obviously, barrier on brown. Which we could just go brown too. Oh, I was gonna go brown. Fairy Fire and Cleanse and Freeze at start, which will be good for any kind of loopy team. But you know what? We're actually gonna use Monk as the tank then. We do want to make sure it doesn't die. I think that order is fine. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, let's see what we could do here. So we're up against a pretty real team. He does not have Submerge, so we might be okay. Let's see what happens. Alright, so first things first, we'll obviously want to go for Leprechaun, unless there's a better option on the board. Okay, he lands Freeze on the Dragon, which unfortunately does not have Impervious or anything. We do have a Light Storm in play, though we are frozen on that color, so it might not help as much. Unfortunately, that does not give our mana for Thrall. Luckily, he just gave us all the purple we could ever need. So we're kind of good. Also, I just realized he's yellow-purple convert while we're using a pretty heavy yellow team. But guess what? We have a workaround around that. So, at this point... oh, big blue. Ooh. Do we take it? Do we let him take it? Do we just look at it and cast this and see what happens? Okay, we got a bunch of yellow potions. The only big issue with that is we are frozen on yellow. So that's not necessarily going to help us. You know what? I'm going to cast this. Hope he doesn't do something really good, and you see where we're from there. Okay, so interesting. So that's an interesting mechanic that I actually did not know until just now. The other power gem can overwrite the same color power gem. Or the same color, different power gem. So right there, you saw we had yellow potions. But now they are yellow big gems. So that's kind of interesting. I did not know that mechanic. Well, now we know. As the first time I've seen that. Yeah, you're not red, so we can just take that over. We'll just let him do his thing. Also, yeah, just using the broken mana accumulator one seemed like the way to go. I was trying to avoid it because I was trying to do more of like within the same color. But yeah, I think all of them are just going to run that way. Oh, here's a true test. Can it win Life or Death Weaver? But yeah, Thrall, Leprechaun, Angry Mob, Marilith, you know, the standard like overpowered mana accumulators just to destroy everything. Yeah, those are still going to be good for them. Even if it's not even remotely related to the mana color. Still very worth it. Oh, we already got yellow one. Nice. Unfortunately, that did not break that well. We're going to go for Explode, just kind of see where that brings us. And it brings us to an extra turn and full mana and to the win. Especially if he takes a Skull there. He does have green to purple. Green to purple currently does do something. However, I can't stop it. Unless we like completely board cleared. So I'm just going to let him do it. Hope he gets Skull distracted and see where that brings us. So we're going to go for a big hit. Oh, we actually landed extra turn. I think that's the first time we've seen this. So I did have a boost ratio right there of a 36% chance, 26% extra. So yeah, that was a 1 in 3 chance basically around there. And that was the first time we really got to see that happen. So we'll go use this, get a bunch of greens. That didn't quite do exactly what we wanted, but nothing else. That did give him back to full mana. So we can go cast immediately if we so choose here, which I am very tempted to do, as that will end up killing that other one out. Actually, he's already dead, but we still cast it anyways. Also, one thing to keep in mind, we do get a lot of magic from all these extra yellows we keep taking. While we haven't taken too many this particular fight, it does keep adding up over time to be a lot of magic. And it's not just for the dragon itself. It gives 2 magic to all... oh, sorry. It is to... I thought it was all allies. But yeah, it's to the same color ally when you end up doing it. So like when we were using Dawnbringer earlier, that's why our Dawnbringer was also gaining a bunch, because they were both yellow. But yeah, it takes... when you take the same color as them, it'll give magic to all of the same color. So the purple one will give magic to all purples, yellow to all yellow, red to all red, so on and so forth. Anyways, he's already dead. I'll just go clear out the board, and he should die pretty soon after. And it was throw a dragon at it, and he... oh, nope, not quite. He does not want to go down. Well, fine, we'll do some potion gems. They'll pop up pretty much immediately, unfortunately for a very useless color for what we're currently using, but we'll just go for a board clear. And is that enough to kill? Still not enough, so I'll go for another board clear, just so we hit a bunch of those skulls. Unfortunately, no skull follow-up, so we'll just have to do that and poke it. Oh, never mind, I forgot. It does have boost ratio based on all yellow as well, which actually covers the rest of our damage. And hey, look at that, we end up gaining a level there. Now let's put it into brown for no reason other than I guess keep them even. We do keep going for the purple ones there. But anyways, that is the new dragon. I'll probably mess around with it a little bit more. Obviously, we will be going over all of them when we end up getting them. And we definitely will have to do a recap video, maybe even 2 teams for each of them, once we've gotten all 6 and just kind of see what works. But definitely, once we get all of them, we definitely have to do a video on like the absolute best for each. But I have a feeling like Thrall, Leprechaun, other similar things is going to be a very common option for a lot of these. I was trying to do it more for the exact color, like for example, Angry Mob with the red or brown, going to be absolutely insane. Marilith with the green or red, so on and so forth. Yellow definitely doesn't have as many options as some of these, but you know, there's a lot of cleansers under yellow. You could build a pure divine yellow team out of this. Unfortunately, Divine Protector can't be used in that situation because it's a green-blue. It's definitely one of the clunkier ones to use. I would say the 2 clunkiest ones are probably yellow and... I would almost say blue, but it does have Rope Dart, it does have Flask, it does have Mistralis. I'm trying to think of one clunkier than yellow. It might actually be the clunkiest one, which is a little bit of a bad roll for the first one. But, yeah, because almost every other one has, like, something really, really gimmicky that they can do. Though yellow does, too. I almost kind of want to do another one, to be honest. I just can't think of a correct way to do this at the moment, though. It is early in the morning. But yeah, I kind of do want to do a 4th team here. Because I feel like we want to do a pure yellow one. Or we go, like, 4 times Divine. The only problem is it's not Divine, so technically it's 3 times. But, like, an all-in Divine team, just as much yellow as we could possibly do into a yellow loop. Let me double check underneath Divine things that can actually do it. Celeste. I remember when this thing actually used to have a slightly higher gem creation. Oh! Wait. Ooh. Let's see. I almost forgot about Snowy Owl. The good old Snowy Owl. Hold up. I have a plan. Okay, so we're gonna go Snowy Owl. The only problem with this is we can't run Humility with it. I almost kind of want to just go down the Humility route. Humility is really funny. Though now we know we could probably create the gem off of a different one if we really wanted to. Though we're not going to need that much mana accumulation. Like, we already have enough. Mistralis, you're not... Let me double check something here. You're not a divine. So apparently we're ditching that. We could actually go down the elemental route, oddly enough. Is Quetzalma... I still almost want to use Quetzalma, to be honest. Quetzalma's Strix Divine, isn't it? Yeah. Well, that would be under the Divine route if we want to go down that way. I don't know. I feel like we already have so much yellow. Like, I want things that can extra turn use it. I'm still very tempted. Oh, also, we should probably go get Topaz in here already. And then we're probably just going to need a hero. Oh, but then we're not gonna have any initial mana accumulator. But it might not really matter. And here, I am slightly tempted to go for an explodey weapon. Though I'm also kind of tempted just to go for Rope Dart. Which in a lot of these situations is going to be a good extra turn option off of yellow or blue dragon. We don't really have a board clear option directly here, though. So we could just go an explodey weapon. Yeah, I think we are going to lead towards explode here, then. So we're going to go explode. Oh, underneath hero weapon. Probably Aberral Crystal in this particular situation. Because unless there's a purple... What would the coloration be? I actually do need that there. So we need like a purple-red explode. One does exist. It's for Strix. That seems fine. The problem is we get Yellowstorm too perpetually. Don't you do Yellowstorm on explosion? No. You get to do more enchant on top of the enchant we already have. Yeah, that'll be fine. Just to kind of cover our colors. Because we're already going to have a way to use excess yellow here. That does make it non-yellow. Or, you know, non-pure yellow. Though this isn't really meant to be a pure yellow team. I'm actually not sure what we're really going for here. Though, I definitely wanted to use Snowy Owl. I do feel like... I don't want to use Hero necessarily in first slot. Actually, you know what? We haven't really used a dragon in first slot. Let's go use a dragon in first. Oh, but then we can't really use Snowy Owl. We still can. Actually, we still can. Because we're going to get the excess yellow. And that's when we can start using the owl. So I do want to kind of put it there. For excess summons. Alright, and as far as hero class, I'm tempted to go for priest. Just to make sure we can hold down the line on yellow. We're likely going to be getting enough in most situations. However, getting as much excess as we possibly can is going to be nice. The 2+3 hero classes, the one for blue and the one for purple, are going to be pretty nice too. Honestly, purple has so many options, gosh. Okay, let's go do the priest one. Let's go see. And we'll call this one, let's see. Topasarth. What do we call this? It's almost 4 times yellow. We could technically make it into a pure yellow. I just really don't feel like a lot of times you're going to run these things on Guild War days, because they're really risky. It would almost be like running wish gems. Like, if you give the enemy the gems, like, you auto lose. You auto lose so hard, especially because they're probably running book. Like, if you're running, like, same color book on a given Guild War day, and they hard counter you with that, like, you insta-die. So it's probably not going to be a good idea to use these, other than the 6 color one. But aside from the 6 color one, like, months from now, it's probably not worth using any of these 3 color Doom ones that you get directly from the eggs themselves. But anyways, let's go with, I'm just going to call it yellow. It's not 4 times yellow, but we're just calling it yellow. Anyways, let's see what we could do with this. Oh, I did not change the banner. Though oddly enough, that banner almost is not incorrect. Though I definitely would want to go like a yellow, because we definitely need a red or a purple, just to give a +1 to the weapon if we can. So we're probably going to do it. Though we could, alternatively, we could go down the brown route. Oh, we're denying on purple, so let's go yellow-red. What is that minus, though, is the only problem. Minus in green actually would not hurt. So yeah, +2 yellow, +1 red, minus green. Because he's going to already have so much mana, that's not going to matter. Anyways, we're up against double in power, which is not great. Minusing purple, minusing yellow. Oh, convert all yellow to green. That's so bad. We're going to lose here. Well, get ready to lose. Is an empower against us. Let's see what we have, though. But yeah, we have a bit of a slow start. Definitely a bit of a slow start against double in power. Not the great kind of situation we can have. He has convert for almost everything. I believe that stops most everything. The only problem is his follow-up move is going to be so devastating and we cannot do anything to stop it. Like, I could take some yellow here, but we can't get our other mana accumulation that we desperately need. I guess we will end up having to go for it, though. His convert did not actually end up doing much. However, he's about to start going crazy. He has webbed it, so one interesting thing, we haven't actually seen web yet. However, web definitely substantially lowers their damage output, that is for sure. We do have a bless on our last slot there, which is kind of interesting. While the duration of that web is going to be a little bit hard, one thing that we can end up doing is casting this out. And if he didn't have any option, we'd be good to go. The only problem with that is he does indeed have an option. So we're just going to go for an explode here. And we might just have to wait out the web, as the web's actually going to be probably the most devastating thing there. Even more so than the entangle. We don't really care too much that we're entangled. But we definitely care for webbed. We also care if that's going to infinite loop us into oblivion, which at this point seems like it might end up doing. Yep, it's just going to kill everything. It seems like what Beatrix normally does. Ooh, we got a pure blue Peskia team going with the new Megavore Triton. Basically using every single thing that is good with Triton all in one team. Nice to see. So let's go see what we can end up doing to it. Let's try it again. Unfortunately, this team is going for a bit of a slower start compared to the other ones. I almost do kind of want to replace out the owl here. But the owl's so much fun, though. Better put it in the first slot, so we can actually get it rolling a bit quicker to do its main gimmick. But otherwise, we'll have to take this, go for our explode, and should hopefully be good to go from there. But yeah, I think we might need it. One thing that could really make it easy is if we actually landed an extra turn. Because then we start getting enchant mana, and then it doesn't matter how blocked it is or anything. Also, I just realized something kind of funny. This is a Submerged team, one where we would most likely want to have Dispel when facing up against it with a team like this. As we do not... It definitely does not fend that well. All the dragons, or any dragon in the entire game. They don't tend to fend that well against Submerged builds, which we are indeed up against here. So we can hope he goes for the Devour. The only problem with that is I'm not sure we have any immune to it across our entire team, which is going to be quite devastating if he actually lands it. I'm just going to go for it. So we're going to do that. Obviously, he doesn't kill the other ones. So he goes for the mana accumulation there. He does not land extra turn, which is really good for us. I will then go explode all the yellows, get our mana accumulation. That is not enough to get us rolling. He goes for mana accumulation again. Goes for a little poke. We still have not been able to cast that owl a single time, guys. Blue Explode doesn't really do anything for us. That doesn't actually cascade extra turn. I think we still end up going for this, though, because it gives us Mistralis the following turn. We then go for that. That should get a bunch of kills. And hey, we can finally do Owl, though way too late to actually function. Yeah, I think we have to replace out Owl. Honestly, we're probably just gonna have to stick with the standard mana accumulators, it seems. Oh, so we actually get to test something here. Okay, that just creates the normal gem. I wonder if the other thing would also create it normally. Though there are some trips that work slightly differently. So not 100% sure based on that, but might just never actually do it. And one more poke will end up killing it out. Yeah, I think we need to make some kind of adjustment to this team. I'm fine with the weapon choice, though, to be honest. I think it's mostly just Snowy Owl needs to be replaced for an Empower or some other similar mechanic. Because the rest of the team kind of works. It's just Snowy Owl is going to be a little bit too slow. Even if it's in first slot, it's still going to be a little bit too slow. As much as a fun gimmick as it is. And let's kill Mistralis, which luckily can hit past Submerge. You know what we could end up doing? We could end up having a curse option so we could deal with that. So some kind of, even just Obsidious would be kind of interesting. Oh, but then we still need a mana accumulator, though. Unless we're just depending on hero for all that, but this could be too slow of a start in most situations. Like, we really just need a quicker mana accumulator. Even if it's just Leprechaun. Make a Leprechaun in front of a hero. So you can still get the summons off it. Though I'd rather have something a little bit more consistent, like a Throw or something. Angry Mob. Is there really not a yellow Destroy? If I go to this and go to Destroy, is there really not one? Or am I just completely forgetting it? Like a Mash Destroy Yellower. There might just not be one. Like destroy entire board for mana accumulation Yellower. A Dragoni Monk would be funny, though. It has mana conflict. It's also not a destroy whole board. What do you do again? Oh, it's just column. A lot like column or row or boof. Not exactly what we're looking for. There's also some of those griffins that create yellow. Not you, but the other one. Oh, but he's brown-blue. Anyways, I'm just gonna, if in doubt, go Thrall. Let's put a Thrall in there. Angry Mob, other similar. Same mechanic like troops. I think that's fine. Banner actually still works just as well in this situation. Yeah, I don't think there's any other change we need to make. We are using Priest currently. We could actually opt for Archmages, so I kind of like the excess yellow. Because it allows Mistralis to be able to spam a little bit more. Ropedoor and Mistralis are probably going to be two of the bigger mechanics you're going to want to use. Because you're going to get a lot of excess yellow. For all of these, you're going to get a lot of excess of whatever their mana color is. So this will be a nice way to be able to go and utilize it then. So I'll take this over. Let's go and grab ourselves a red over there. Do we have Cascade down there? We'll take that. Get all that mana accumulated. Unfortunately, no purple that we could really take here. We can cast this. However, I actually want to wait a turn or two. Main reason I want to wait... Oh, never mind. I might not have to wait. But the main reason I want to wait is so that we can immediately utilize our gems, because we don't want to let the enemy take it. So we want to make sure we have some kind of way to do our own gems immediately once we cast it. You'll always want to do that for these dragons, especially if you somehow get the extra turn. But you have to make sure you actually do something with your gems and not let the enemy end up doing it. Also, we just won already. Yeah, Mistralis with a dragon, that can definitely do a lot. I almost want to do it with Rope Dart too. What if we did? What if we just went triple up? What if we literally just what if we just I have a new plan for this team. We're going Rope Dart there, which means we can now go minus red. Which means, oh, we could actually do that one blue. Wait, where to go? I just saw it. Where to go? Where to go? That one. Finally, gosh, we could finally use that banner. Normally that minus red's so annoying, but it actually works in this context. And we actually still use Priest. But now, this isn't Topasarth yellow. It is Topasarth extra turn. Extra, with an extra A. There we go. Extra. Anyways, let's roll with this. Let's do this. Alright, so right off the bat, we have auto extra turn just sitting there. Get our turn there. Clear the board. And now we have like infinite mana for the rest of time. Okay, so we rope dart something. We do have alignment. Might as well Reptar something else. What's the next biggest threat? Oh, this isn't a real team. I want a real team. I almost feel like fleeing from this one. At this point, might as well kill it. It's already pretty much dead. I'll throw that down. He doesn't have any way to do anything, right? Yeah, he shouldn't. So just throw that down. Get a board clear. Oh, I forgot an extra turn. Whoops. 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 All the whoops. And then we like full mana our entire team. And then we wipe him out with whatever. And there we go. All right, let's try this again. I want a real team. Show me something really strong. It's not super strong. It does have Thral, though. Got like a Truffle with Ares. I want something stronger. We have Infinite Root Loop Beatrix. Yeah, this is good enough. See what we can do against this. Okay, so right off the bat, we have 5 times yellow. Great to see. Oh, did I not take that correctly? Oh, wait, was I frozen? Let's take a purple. Get our clear. Rope dart the Beatrix before it wipes our whole team. Throw that down to hopefully kill it. Throw down. Actually, we don't want. Actually, we can. As long as he doesn't go for that skull, we should be okay. The problem is he is, so I'm going to take it. Because he would have popped all of those yellows there, and I didn't want that to happen. Also, we haven't used a spell on a single one of these teams. Though, in all fairness, because of the main dispellers in the game, you're probably not going to be doing it off of yellow. Stuff like colors that you can get away with that a lot better. Especially like cursed stun teams. Here's kind of a anti-empowering because it counters our yellow here. Also has Beatrix Infinite Loop, also has Book, though that Book's not going to do much. It's not Yellow Book. Ideally, we'd want a purple here, of course. At this point, we're going to have to counter his converts. So he's purple to green, which does a lot of mana, but no extra turn. Yellow to green, also not doing too much. I could stop one of them. Yeah, I think I just take a vertical yellow here. It gives us green. Unfortunately, there's no way we can extra turn from it, which we'd very want right about now. He's going to do green to yellow, which actually does not actually do anything. We can just take this blue, yellow here, and we're already good to go. He gets a little bit of mana there, but that's not really any concern. Once again, webbed. There's also a team that doesn't run cleanse like that one Mercy team did earlier. So I kind of want to go for Rope Dart here. We have our enchant, so we're kind of going to slowly get up. The only real big concern here is he has Beatrix, so one other play we could end up doing is denying his color by taking a green and or brown, which I'm very tempted to do just because of how Beatrix is crazy. And is probably about to infinite loop me, and after I take this move, we will not see another turn. But we shall do that. Oh, wait, we got an extra turn right there. We're still in this. Okay, let's see. They take a blue, yellow into the red into everything else. No extra turn there. Beatrix got an extra turn. Not enough mana, though, which is great to see. Alright, we could be okay. We did get frozen on the other thing, so we're in a really weird situation right now. We're kind of just waiting out a timer. We can't actually end up even taking that. You know what? I think Beatrix is the biggest threat here. Out of everything on that team, I am pretty sure Beatrix is by far the most annoying thing. So this does still boost ratio, but it's not enough to kill. Though you know who's not webbed, even though we lose our turn? Mistralis. So I'm actually going to go for that and hope it kills. It does not even hit it whatsoever. So we're in a pretty bad situation now, and we'll probably lose to Beatrix spamming. I almost need to go bring the cleanse team out. Yeah, I think we lose here. Unfortunately, Thral has not casted a single time this entire battle. Dragon ends up going down. Of course, he decently tanky, but not enough to tank forever. As much as we would want him to. Oh, he went for the other convert. And yeah, Beatrix just kills us there then. Alright, let's do it one last time. Okay, we have a Zugov Centurion team with Flask and all that. Oh, that's fun. Good old Zugov Centurion. Probably one of the main combinations if you're ever going to bother running a Centurion. Really decent troop. We got Cleanse on the freeze already. That's great to see. Unfortunately, he just reapplied it again. As is a lot of loop teams, it absolutely despises ever being frozen, even remotely, at any point whatsoever. However, I think we're in a good enough position to just kind of keep going at it, though. So we do that, basically get all of our mana. Gosh, that gives so much mana. Those the amount of mana you get back for your own color is so absurdly high when you end up doing those. Okay, we already won, right? We just throw up there and then boom. Oh, Submerge is going to make him not die, though. That's fine. What's he going to do? Devour us and get everything to win? Okay, we'll throw that down. And we killed him before we got anything too crazy. But overall, the dragons seem like they're going to be really good. This particular one definitely has some uses. I feel like Rope Dart and Mistralis are the two main ones you probably want to try to build around. But, oh no, I almost want to revisit this first team. So what do we have here? The stats one, that was perfectly fine. We have Mercy for Cleanse. The mana one is all in on every mana accumulator. That seems fine. Though it does use it only as a single damage source there. This, it uses like the main two things I feel like you'd build around. And or both. Both also works. Oh no, Alchemist isn't bad. Technically, there is actually something we could do. Though I have not done it in such a long time. The Alchemist Hellcat kind of like back and forth kind of thing. But compared to the other mana accumulators, I just don't feel like it's worth it. There used to be like a really old meta thing to do, like Alchemist Hellcat go back and forth on manas. Problem with that is you're going to get such a slower start if you don't have Leprechaun. So honestly, just having it like that might actually end up being fine. Biggest issue is Alchemist kind of... I should probably put the Alchemist up by one. Let's do this one team one last time. Also, oddly enough, we're up against a Rope Dart Mistralis, which is what we were just using on the other one, except with Dragon. I just realized this video has gone for almost an hour now. In between all of the messing around. Also, there's a chance we're actually going to lose to a mare fight here. Mostly because of freeze. Gosh, I'm so tempted to just use an Elementalist. Gosh, Elementalist is so broken. Actually, I think we already lost this because Elementalist exists. Also because we don't have Thrall in this situation, and we're actually in a really good situation for having a Thrall, while simultaneously not having a Thrall. I'm going to do that. I know we lose our turn, but actually, you know what? Maybe I should have taken it for Surge the other way. I think regardless, we're going to lose. So interesting, he's using this spell thing. That's actually something we have not built around for any of these mechanics yet, which I almost want to try putting onto this team. Like a yellow Dispeller. We could also go down the Curse route. I still feel like I still kind of almost want to go Alchemist Hellcat, to be honest. It's such an old meta thing to do. And we'd probably have to get like some other mana accumulator. We could actually drop Hero and go for it that way. But the big issue with that is you'd need to have a way to cleanse then. And then we wouldn't have any way to cleanse. I was going to just try to scan against Life of Death Weaver. There are a lot of times where a loop team will just end up losing to freeze. It's not uncommon. So he has green to purple. Assuming he can't do anything with that, we should just leave the board as is. Because then he's just going to help us. The only problem is, with this team, we do not actually utilize purple at all. So as long as he's wasting it, it doesn't really matter if we're using it or not. Unfortunately, he did not go for it there, though he's still in a position where he's not going to get any value. So we're probably just going to take the skull, let him convert, and we're good to go. So let him convert. He does get that little bit of value over in the corner there. Oh, we can end up doing a Leprechaun now, though. That is a factor. I'm tempted to just take a Yellow Surge here. Can't really go Explode. He has Life and Death in the other thing. Blue would kind of be good right now, too, and we won't be able to go for it. Honestly, we might just end up losing this one, too. I think we still need some kind of revamp on this team. So we can Leprechaun here and just hope for the best. Honestly, we might just need to use the more overpowered mana accumulators. Yeah, this isn't going to work from here. Unless we need a realer team than that. Let's see. That was already the weaker one from earlier. We got Infinite Goblin. That's good enough. Anyways, let's go revamp this one. The very first one we were messing with. I still feel like Idwood Rope Dart has a lot of potential. And then we just need some mana accumulation to go with it. What if we went with cleanse? Because we didn't do that for the other one, right? We went with a... Yeah, we didn't. So we could go down the route of like a super cleansy build. Because there is one we have not utilized yet that actually is kind of interesting. Orpheus. Good old Orpheus. So, whenever you take a yellow, you cleanse all allies. And it has cleanse both on... It's the best cleanser in the game from a overall option perspective. It ends up doing it every time you take a yellow. It also has it off of ability and has impervious. The only trip in the entire game with that full combination. So if we had this, and then just had like one mana accumulator hold down the line, I think we're in a pretty good position. So what are we missing at this point? Nothing, right? We shouldn't be missing anything. One other thing that's kind of funny is putting Mistralis in there, but we really need a mana accumulator, so we're just probably going to go down like Throw or something. As much as I want like some kind of converter or some other thing, probably just going to Throw it. Angry Mob could actually end up working out pretty well as well here, but I want to have the lower mana cost just in case. And I am currently using Titan. I'm very tempted to go Elementalist or anything with the spell. Though, given that we're running Rope Dart, I think Elementalist will actually end up working out a little bit better. Though I am slightly tempted to go one of the other ones. Like something that has, like for example, Rune Priest is one of them. That has the banishments. But I do believe we shall just go Elementalist. Because we haven't actually done Elementalist for a single one of these, oddly enough. That's funny. We can actually human % start that if we really want to. We're definitely not going to, though. Anyways, do we need a minus or plus anything? So we're not using... No, we're using everything. And nothing really needs a plus in any way. So double yellow is actually kind of fine. Yeah, we'll stick with the double yellow then. Good thing we change anything else. Okay, let's roll this. So right off the bat, of course, given that it's a Throw mana accumulation team, we kind of want to go for purple as immediately as we can. So of course the board gives us literally nothing to do that with. So I'll take that. Take the other one. Already disable out the team a good amount. We want to wait until we have a way to clear out the board before we do the other thing, which is actually going to be a little slow because this board has absolutely 0 and still remains to have 0 purple options, which is kind of awkward. But I guess it's one of the benefits of Angry Mob if we would have went there instead. Let's see. Like, we're still winning by a lot. But the problem is we don't have, like, our big mana accumulation option. Due to a little bit of an awkward starting board. At this point, we might just be able to kill it by natural means without it. Okay. It has almost opened up the mana we need, finally, gosh. One of the other benefits of Mistralis, too, is we don't need to worry about that downtime either. Yeah, a lot of green on the board, oddly enough. I'm tempted just to wipe the board, to be honest. The only problem with something like this is it doesn't have extra turn. Like, compared to Mistralis, like, you need so much extra turn options to utilize all that extra mana that you're getting. And there's a lot of things that have, like you know, Truffle for green and blue, as well as Beatrix under that category. Chalcedony, if building Mars is like that kind of team. Like, anything that can create a lot of a single color will kind of be able to do that pretty well. Especially if they could just auto-turn through automatic means, like all the goblins. Which reminds me, there's not really any good yellow goblin, is there? I guess it's like Goblin Rocket. Because that's where a lot of those originate from. Yeah, we'll take that, throw the poke, get our like AoE here. Slightly short, but we might have enough yellows to boost ratio it by the time. Actually, yep, that is barely enough. And that should be enough to kill it from there. Which I feel like is a troop that almost never gets a kill, but we'll take the Orpheus kill there. Speaking of Chalcedony. There's a lot of funny teams with her. Using the new Sapphire Giant. Sapphire Giant would actually be really funny with the blue one. But anyways, we're going to leave it there for now as far as these teams. So overall, as far as the dragon, honestly, these dragons are going to be so much fun to mess around with. We definitely need to mess around with it more. I think this video has gone on long enough. At this point, it's pretty much like an entire stream at this point, even though it's literally just a video. But I don't know. That's my first impressions on the Topasarth. Overall, I'm very looking forward to messing around with these dragons. It's been a lot of fun. I definitely had a lot of fun this hour. Hope you guys enjoyed as well. All the teams that we went over, or at least the final cuts of them, are in the description below if you want to go copy paste any of them. I do feel like we'll form better teams probably very soon as well. This is kind of just like first initial testing, just kind of messing around and just kind of see what it could do. But yeah, Rope Dart, Mistralis, obviously like Thrall and any kind of like super overpowered mana accumulator. Anything that can feed something 28 mana cost very well. Going to be very effective. Actually, you know one that I didn't mess with? That I almost want to now? Though I think at this point I'm just going to go mention it. And I completely forget its name, so 1 second. Hold up, it's a green, yellow... is it enchant? This one. Tulio. Choose a color, enchant all allies of that color, and then gives them 3 mana boost. Then again, no, never mind. I forgot. I always keep thinking she's percent-based. Like, give like 50% or something, or a quarter or a third. I keep forgetting. She's static number, never mind. That and premise could be good, but you're better off just running Mistralis, so yeah, never mind. But yeah, any of those that get like flat percents can be okay, but you know, they don't loop, so it's not as good compared to like the loopy options. But anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up here. If you still have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. We'll cover the rest of the dragons as they come out, and we'll go from there. Thank you all so much for watching, and best of luck with your dragon drops as well. Goodbye, everyone.